Did she say 150?
135.
$135 per person.
That's one thing I don't like about Tulum is that sort of thing.
Unless you've been living in the cave for the past years, I'm sure you've seen photos or videos of Tulum at some point. The rapid rise of popularity and what used to be a sleepy fishing town had become a favorite tourist destination due to its natural beauty, the Mayan ruins, the aesthetically picturesque spots, health and wellness retreats, and a lavish, vibrant nightlife. Not to mention the amount of influencers that have promoted Tulum had taken a hold of everyone's attention all over social media. With all this hype created around Tulum, is it really worth visiting? By the end of this video, you'll be able to make a judgment call whether to add Tulum on your travel list. But before we jump into it, hit that like button, and if you're not part of my YouTube travel fam yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel to see more travel tips like these, as well as to join in on the adventure. Tulum is situated on the Yucatan Peninsula, surrounded by beautiful waters along the coastline with lush greenery and ruins, just to name a few. The airport closest to Tulum is the Cancun International Airport, and it is about 120 kilometers away, which is a 1.5 to 2 hour drive. You may hire a private driver to take you to Tulum from the airport, but the best way is going by the ADO bus. It's convenient, reliable, inexpensive, and most of the tourists, even locals, use this mode of transportation. Soon you will have the option of directly flying into Tulum, as they are currently building an airport here, which is expected to be completed by the end of 2023. In case you're wondering who Tulum is for, I would say everyone. I've seen families, solo travelers, friend groups, couples, and even honeymooners, as there are activities for everyone of all sorts. The best time to visit is between December through April, as this is when the weather is clear and warm. This is high season, meaning prices are more inflated and there are more people in the area. If you're looking to take advantage of low season, pick a time between May through November, with August and September being the rainiest, which also means the lowest hotel as well as flight rates throughout the year. Before I give you the rundown of the pros and cons about Tulum so that you could decide if you think it's worth visiting, here are just some of the other things that you need to know. The daily budget here varies and ranges between $35 to $100 per day, depending on your lifestyle as well as the types of activities you do. For example, if you attend more parties, you will most likely surpass a daily budget of $100 easily. So your daily spend here really depends on the type of travel you're looking to do, your budget, as well as your lifestyle. Tulum can simply be broken down into two parts, the hotel zone and Pueblo. Hotel zone is more of the upscale places along the coast, and Pueblo is downtown Tulum, which is, generally speaking, less expensive. The most common way to get around here is by renting a bicycle or a scooter. Taxis are available, but they can be extremely expensive. The taxi rates in Tulum had been labeled as one of the most expensive taxis in the world, and there were even many articles written about it being ridiculously overpriced. Just to give you an idea, travelers were reporting taxi rides starting as low as $25 for a 5-kilometer ride. And that's even if you're able to bargain the price down. A taxi in New York City of the same distance is about $12. So yeah, it's double the taxi rates in New York City. Now that you've got the gist about Tulum, let's jump into the pros and cons about it, and let's start off with the cons first. Being that Tulum is not fully developed just yet, you'll see high-end upscale places, and next to it you may see small wooden homes from the original sleepy town, or half the road being bumpy or still being under construction. This is not out of the norm here, just because there's constant and ongoing developments in the area. To add on to the ongoing developments in the town, the properties are cutting away the jungle to make space for these hotels, restaurants to be built, which destroys the environment and the natural homes of all the local wildlife. Though the government is well aware of the downsides, it had clearly chosen revenue over preservation. With the popularity of the nightlife scene in Tulum, it's become a drug hotspot in Mexico. I mean, I felt safe in Tulum, and in my opinion, it is overall a safe place, but do keep in mind that there are gangs due to the drug supplies being served here. There are some things that can be tolerated with tourist prices, which is understandable, but I feel everything about Tulum, from entrance cover fees to taxi rides to food, is way overpriced. I've been to places in Western Europe, and there were days in Tulum when I felt like I was overpaying, or if not similar, for something in the most upscale places in Europe. And there were times when items such as food or bevies cost more than what it is back home. And this is coming from someone who lives in Vancouver. So if you're looking for peace and serenity, it might be a bit tricky to do that here, but there are some spots where you can find just that. Tulum heavily attracts partygoers, and I feel many people just go here to simply just party or post an Instagram photo to say they're in Tulum. There's nothing wrong about wanting to party it up every night, as everyone have different lifestyles and live their life however they want to live, but that's just the kind of expectation you need to set yourself up prior to coming here. That said, there are a lot of yoga, health and wellness retreats that you will find in Tulum, but having a relaxing, laid-back atmosphere is not just as common as parties or events just yet. If peace and serenity is something you're looking for though, your best bet is to find another destination in Mexico where you won't hear music being blasted through the speakers as you try to lay peacefully by the water. As a visual person and a creative, I have such a huge appreciation for the aesthetics of Tulum, as it is extremely beautiful. It's got that tropical, bohemian, lush, out of this world vibe to it. It is one very Instagrammable destination for sure, and if you are a photographer or a videographer, this place is going to be like heaven for you, as it's a place you'll find yourself having to pull out your cameras constantly throughout the entire day. Even if you're not a content creator, the aesthetics in Tulum will make you pull out your phone just to snap photos or videos, because it is that beautiful and photogenic here. After being to Tulum multiple times, I've come into conclusion that Tulum is like the Bali of Latin America because of the similar bohemian aesthetics they both have. The food here is amazing. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, you will find plenty of delicious food as well. In addition, the variety of Asian to European dishes are well done here. From upscale dining to street food, the food is just pure goodness. Though experiencing luxury may cost more here compared to the rest of the Americas or even some places in Europe, it is at least a one-time experience you cannot miss. Tulum is a very spiritual place. Though it attracts more of the partygoers, it also draws in people who are looking to get in touch with their higher self. There are many health and wellness retreats as well as up-and-coming hotels that are all about this. From health and wellness retreats to taking a dip into beautiful beaches along the coast, having a lavish experience, attending an upscale event, or going to the Mayan ruins, there are plenty of adventures to be had in Tulum. So is Tulum worth visiting? In my opinion, it is worth visiting, but only once and for a short time. I just feel that Mexico on its own just have a lot more to offer than the town of Tulum. I've been to Tulum twice, and though I wanted to give it another chance on my second visit, at the end of it all, I feel that I prefer other places in Mexico that I would rather visit. Also, I've mentioned that Tulum is like the Bali of Latin America, and if I want to experience the beach, tropical, bohemian vibes, I would prefer going to Bali. I've been to Bali 4 or 5 times at this point. I don't even know because I've lost count, and I just see myself going back there several times again in the future, whereas Tulum, I don't plan on going back again, or at least anytime soon. But then again, it's just a preference at this point and everyone's different, so my question to you is, would you visit Tulum? Comment down below and let me know what you think. And before I end this video, you already know what to do. Give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join me on more adventures and to see more travel tips like these. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.